Hello everyone. Every time the rice is ripe, the field turns a beautiful lemon yellow color. At that time, we often went to the fields and made ourselves a trumpet to play. Then go to the ditch to find your reeds of different sizes, with the diameter of the small tree equal to the space inside the big tree. Now we will choose a tube from the big reed, cut it into a length of about 5 centimeters. Then clean the white pieces inside and set aside for the next one. I will take a small reed and pick out a cut at one end and then use a large pipe to test it, so that they fit together. As you can see, I'm going to cut out a piece about 4 centimeters long, cleaning the white pieces inside. Then slant at one end with an angle of about 60 degrees. Remember to smooth the section now, starting from this low angle. Let's ease down to create a crack without separating the two pieces. Next, we will find a hard plastic sheet. You can get it from a store. I'm going to cut out a piece and put it in a small reed tube right at the edge, and then mark around the outer ring and cut it according to the drawing, making sure to leave a little extra length down so that I can get it squeezed into the slot earlier. When the cut is complete, we will insert this piece of plastic into the slot of the small tube. Bend the plastic piece down so that it holds the inclined position more than half, and then use a string to fix it all. Finally, you insert this little tube into the original big tube. And that's it. We have a reed trumpet made of yarn like that. I'll try it out. You see, the trumpet sounds loud and quite even. In the past, this trumpet was sold in front of the school gate and included a balloon when playing. We would say the bubble mouth to the big tube of the fork, then blow up from the small end. When the bubble was full and full of air, you just let go of the air from the inside of the hair out through the body of the trumpet and make it sound on its own without having to blow. We can play like that many times. When the bubble was burst, I went inside to find batteries that the eagle took out to make another toy. First, we will use a knife to cut across the edge of the tail to remove the aluminum piece. You see, this piece of aluminum is completely separate from the battery block inside. Now we will remove all the excess paper. At this time, the aluminum piece will reveal small tooth fragments that have been bent inward. I will use a screwdriver with a flat tip to push these teeth outwards. When finished, we will put it on a board and then use a hammer to lightly tap around to make the teeth even out. Next, you take a small nail and hammer it on both sides of the center point of the aluminum piece, so that they form 2 holes in the center. As you can see, we will now use a kite string to cut a length of about 60 centimeters. Put it in a hole. Pull the string through and thread it back to the second hole, then tie a knot. That's it. We have a shiny aluminum gyro from the bin with teeth attached around it, like a little saw to play with. I'm going to take the 2 ends and go through them a few turns and then stretch the string. You see, the piece of aluminum has rotated itself around the wire axis. Now we just need to stretch and relax the rope rhythmically. The gear will rotate continuously like that. Back then, we used to take this gyro to the garden to cut the leaves, which was also very interesting. As I was walking in from the garden, I saw something drying on the top of the kitchen, but I couldn't see it. We will find 2 small handheld mirrors. Separate the outer plastic frame and then use a ruler to measure the length of one side of it here. The side is 6.5 centimeters long. Next, you take a used notebook and take its hardcover. Then start from the longest side. We measure in 6.5 centimeters, the correct size of the original mirror, and do the same with the remaining edge. Now we will fold the paper in half right at the mark, then fold it in half and continue to do to more times. Now I will open the stack of flat paper again and use glue to fix the 2 edges together. You can see that the paper cover has created a square tube like that. Next, we'll cut along the fold lines to a length equal to its width. I am going to break all the outer skin edges and thinly slice the wings with 2 wings on both sides. The part just cut, we will fold the top of the paper from one side to the other and press it down. to create a ship and do the same with the other side. At this point, you draw the middle wing forward, facing the two wings inward to create a 45-degree angle, and glue them all together. We're going to take a piece of mirror and glue it to this inner plane. Once that's done, we get a part like that. I also made one more tube of the same shape. Now we will put two square pipes in series, so that the pointed part of one end is staggered with the other end, but not on the same side. We will use tape to connect the two edges on one side, and do the same with the other three sides. Then wrap the tape around to fix the two tubes together. That's it. To know how it works, you put one end of the tube where you want to observe. Then look inside the mirror at the other end. You see inside the mirror there is an image of the missing mirror, showing the scenes we want to observe this glass. Very effective to see the places where there are obstacles that you cannot see directly, like looking through a high wall or wanting to look across a window with a white river. Periscopes are often used by the military to observe when soldiers are in trenches in tanks, or most especially on submarines in the middle of the ocean. Positive.